Francisco 49ers. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Lance to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken on the 25. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Prescott off play action. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jamison Williams
With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The Niners at 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. Now, they'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on, set, 50, green. Watch the pass. Blaster, 6. Choose the line. Okay, just like that. Just like that. Hey,
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And this will be taken at the 13. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On play action, Prescott. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second down at 5. It's Eckler again. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard, and he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Now a give here to Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Check 26, check 26. 36, 36. Check. Black Ultra.
The Lance going to throw. Steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards that time for number 19.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Check 50, check 50. Check 3. He's crossing. He's checking crossing.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
60 Maverick. Coming this way. Here we go. 49. Check 49. Kill.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Now Lance again. And this is incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Full fury.
Throwing now is Lance. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Prescott looks to throw on first. So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Off the play fake, Prescott. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. That one goes for 30 yards. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Miller, the man in motion. To throw, it's Lance. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They'll roll him out right. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield. Play action now. Prescott steps away. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Pollard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Bass is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Prescott on 1st down.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Eckler now between the tackles. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On third down, it's Prescott.
He's got this complete to Williams.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On second down, it's Pollard. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Prescott now.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
First down, Prescott.
Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on second and 8. Prescott.
They'll find Williams on the slant. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
Run for Pollard, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
On second and goal, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
49ers missing. Tyler Bass sends the kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made at about the 38. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Shotgun now for Lance. He finds his man complete. That's Gardner. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, it's Lance. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Miller, the man in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
You got it.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here we go, D. Hey, 1 set.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
A first down throw for Prescott. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Prescott yet again. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
The kick by Bass is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6.
This one complete to Scott Miller. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Play action, now it's Lance.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Madden.
Here's Lance.
He'll buy some time right.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result. Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.